So guys, the next video is like, where do you start when you want to get into property? And I wish I knew this information when I started, but basically I think you need to ask yourself, what's your objective? Like, what's your why? So for me, it was to build a portfolio and develop a passive income to give me financial security, and therefore my strategy has ended up becoming something that's going to help me achieve that. Everyone's strategy is different, and every opportunity you see is like, your opportunity is going to be different to the next person's opportunity. So one, don't compare your situation with someone else's or an opportunity with someone else's. Sometimes your decision might be decided based on other factors, such as how much time you have available, how much cash you have available, or your network. So that will help decide your strategy, and your strategy can change over time, like mine has, because your circumstances change. But regardless of what your strategy is, I would always say, check the numbers. Do they stack up, and do they help achieve your objective? But at a high level, here are some of the things that you could consider when deciding your strategy, or that influence your strategy. So for example, how much cash do you have available, because that might decide where you can buy or how much you can spend. What opportunities are available? Maybe you're not going to find something that's run down, and therefore for you to do a refurb and flip it or take equity out, and therefore it might be buying something that's readily available for you to rent out and build that passive income. How much time do you have? Do you want to be hands-on? Do you want to be hands-off? The other thing that you could think about is the location can have an impact on your strategy, because, or based on some of the factors that I mentioned. So up in the Midlands or up north, properties are a lot cheaper, and therefore they might fit with your budget and have a higher yield. But they might not have that equity growth which London might give you. Other things that may influence you is your network, right? Because as an example, a friend of mine who's getting into property, he's talking to me about getting into property, and therefore he's only hearing my experience of what I've done and like what I'm exposed to, and therefore that influence is rubbing off on him. Or I might say, actually, here's a property that's available. What do you think? So yeah, your objective will develop over time, and your knowledge will develop over time, and therefore you might try and hit different goals. So yeah, several factors that you need to consider when deciding your objective, but that's definitely the first place to start. But for those who are getting into the property game in their early 20s, cash might be strapped, and therefore some of these decisions might be made for you. Hope that's been useful. Wait for the next video. Do all the likes, comments, shares, and all that malarkey. Peace. Thank you very much.